No. You know, like we've said, there's a lot of dittos. You know, when you're young, maybe a young couple, you're starting out a family, you're going to look for affordability. I thought Kip brought up a great point about the economy. I think people are realizing that it's not always a smart thing to do to buy a 3,000 square foot house that you really can't afford. We have affordable, good quality housing. You're going to look for safety. We still have good, safe neighborhoods. You're going to look for quality schools. City Council can't do anything about the schools, but as community leaders, we can maybe push and motivate to improve our schools. And when I'm knocking on doors and talking to people, this is one of the major concerns, is our schools. So those are three things you have to look for. Good neighborhoods, safe neighborhoods, quality schools. That's what a young family is looking for. Now, we have to enhance that. We have to enhance recreation. I would love, because I have younger kids, we have great parks. We have the best parks around. But when winter time comes, there's not much to do. I would love to see some type of indoor recreation, like they have in the city of Warren, they have in Macomb Township. Now, that might not be something that's feasible next year or the year after, but I think it's something we should look forward to, is that's good quality indoor recreation. Thank you.
We'll begin. Yep. If elected, what will you do to limit the rising costs of police and fire pensions?
I have been an advocate to make changes on our pensions. We owe the people that we have employed today their pensions. All other unions other than the police and fire have been changed to what we'll call the 401k. So all new employees other than the police and fire are under now 401ks. Currently, the people that are working, we owe the pension, we agree to that pension, we owe it to them. However, there needs to be changes in those contracts. I've said it before at City Council, what needs to change is we need to eliminate the overtime, the sick time, the vacation time that they get to roll into their final average compensation. Those are the three factors that drive their pension numbers higher and higher and higher. They save it, and then they roll it in at the end. We have had some changes, not nearly enough. It needs to go to zero on all of them. What they are entitled to, in my opinion, is the 70–75% of their base salary, nothing more. And that is not what they are receiving. They are receiving a much higher amount. We need to change the contracts to do that. With police and fire, there's of course Public Act 312, binding arbitration, that ties the hands of all municipalities in the state. And until the legislature works to change Act 312, and it takes a lot longer than 2 minutes to answer that question, we are going to be hamstrung on many of the police and fire pensions. And it is frightening, but we can change the sick, vacation, and overtime. We must eliminate that as part of their salary so they're calculated in their pension plans. And you only do that through contract negotiations.
Like Kim said, there's not much we can do with the existing pensions. It was a contractual issue. It's been vested, it's guaranteed to the employees. However, for new hires, I agree there should be a 401k program in place instead of what's currently in place, make it more funded by the contributions of the individual employees. And also, I mean, now a lot of municipalities, a lot of localities are dealing with what we're dealing with now. Some of the members get this thrown out the council means you're scared about the future if we continue with what we're doing now. So a lot of locations have moved to the 401k. I mean, there are a lot of police officers, a lot of firefighters out there graduating from the academies looking for jobs. We'll need to have the current pension program that we have in place to attract these employees who want to come move to St. Clair Shores or work in St. Clair Shores. So I think we need to we need to definitely look at the new hiring contracts and implement some of the changes that have already been discussed, 401k contributions. I mean, the money that we're spending on pensions is money taken away from state services, from things that we need and things that are not optional. So we need to address this in the future soon. Thank you.
Being a financial advisor, I'm very familiar with pensions. I've done seminars for various Fortune 500 companies. I've seen literally thousands of retirement plans. Never in the private sector have I seen a pension plan where the pension benefit exceeds an employee's salary. Never. That's unacceptable. That is what has to change. Now, with that said, you have to understand, St. Clair Shores policemen, they don't contribute to Social Security. So it's not completely fair to compare it to the private sector. But I think it needs to be addressed immediately because pension, medical benefits, that's what's bankrupting corporations around the country. It's going to hit our local governments. We're already seeing the state of California is on the verge of bankruptcy. We have to correct it, and we have to correct it immediately. And what we have to do is convey to the employees, to the people that are receiving your pensions that trust me, anybody who's willing to give up their life to protect my family, I want to take care of them. But it has to come in line. It has to be fair for everybody involved. And I think what's going on right now and what we're going to see with the economy in the near future, I think they're going to realize that, we're going to have some give and take. So we have to correct the situation. I do think both sides are realizing the future mess and the current mess that we have, and things do have to be corrected. So we do have to get it in line. And I think what Kip said, I think that's realistic. I think 75% is still a very good benefit package. Thank you.